Legal Aspects of Land Surveying in Louisiana Quiz, Part 3. Number 11. In the federal government's rectangular system of surveying, what line constitutes the boundary for a fractional section adjacent to a navigable body of water? A. The surveyed meander line. B. The water's edge, or high water mark in Louisiana. C. The original township line. Or D. A line set in adjoining landowner. Answer B. The water's edge, or high water mark in Louisiana. The water's edge, and not the surveyed meander line, constitutes the boundary of a fractional section adjacent to a navigable body of water. In Louisiana, the water's edge of a navigable body of water means the high water mark. Number 12. Islands and sandbars formed in the beds of navigable rivers or streams belong to the A. Adjacent riparian proprietors. B. The state. C. The United States. Or D. The owner of the original field if it was cut off by a new branch of the river. Answer B. The state. Islands and sandbars formed in beds of navigable rivers or streams belong to the state, provided there is no adverse title or prescription. Number 13. Which of the following is an example of an artificial monument? A. A river. B. A public road. C. A fence. Or D. A lake. Answer C. A fence. Fences are listed as examples of artificial monuments, along with painted or blazed trees, ditches, turn rows, hedges, and various sized markers. Number 14. What does the 30-year boundary prescription, or Article 852, in Louisiana require? A. A formal survey and mutual consent of the adjoining landowners. B. A title deed in good faith possession for 30 years. Or C. Proof of visible boundary and actual uninterrupted possession up to the boundary for 30 years. Or D. Proof of written conventional boundary agreement. Answer C. Proof of visible boundary and actual uninterrupted possession up to that boundary for 30 years. The 30-year boundary prescription requires only proof of a visible boundary and actual uninterrupted possession up to that boundary for 30 years. It does not require a formal survey or mutual consent. Number 15. In a judicial boundary action, the court must appoint a surveyor, and the surveyor must be conducted in strict accordance with which legal framework? A. The federal government's rectangular system. B. The Louisiana Code of Civil Procedure. C. Articles 833 to 837 of the Louisiana Civil Code. Or D. The Manual of Instructions for the Survey of Public Lands of the United States. Answer C. Articles 833 to 837 of the Louisiana Civil Code. In a judicial boundary action, the court-appointed surveyor must conduct the survey in strict accordance with the requirements of Articles 833 to 837 of Louisiana Civil Code, or the work could be deemed ineffective. Number 16. What was the commonplace of Spanish colonial land grants on watercourses regarding the track's front and back lines? A. The boundaries were fixed in front of the depth by a court-appointed surveyor. B. The lands were generally measured only in front and the back lines were rarely measured. C. The tract was typically granted in a square with legal front and depth. D. The back lines were always run parallel to the front lines to ensure a rectangle. Answer B. The lands were generally measured only in the front and in the back lines were rarely measured. Spanish surveys were often inaccurate, with lands generally measured only in the front and back lines rarely measured, despite edicts requiring bounds of both in front and depth. Number 17. What did the Spanish practice of granting double concessions allow front tract owners to acquire? A. An adjacent tract on the opposite bank of the stream. B. A gulf grant of 40 arpents in front by 40 arpents in depth. C. All the land from their back boundary to the swamps or marshes, up to an additional 40 arpents. Or D. Only the valuable timber on the land immediately behind their property. Answer C. All the land from their back boundary to the swamps or marshes, up to additional 40 arpents. A double concession allowed front tract owners to acquire all of the land from their back boundary to the swamps and marshes, with this additional area not exceeding 40 arpents. Number 18. What is a key duty of a surveyor acting as an expert witness in court? A. To act as an advocate for the party who retained them. B, to accept compensation contingent upon the outcome of a litigation. C, to be thorough in preparation and be honest and frank. D, to use excessive technical terminology to demonstrate expertise. Answer: C, to be thorough in preparation and be honest and frank. A surveyor's essential duties as an expert witness include being thorough in preparation and answering all questions honestly and frankly. Number 19. What distinguishes alluvion from avulsion? A. Alluvion is a visible sudden change, while avulsion is an imperceptible process. B. Alluvion is an imperceptible process caused by water, while avulsion is the carrying away of a tract of land by sudden interruption of a stream. C. Avulsion applies to the navigable streams, while alluvion applies to non-navigable streams. D. Alluvion results from the act of man, while avulsion is a natural process. Answer: B. Alluvion is an imperceptible process caused by water, while avulsion is the carrying away of a tract of land by sudden interruption of a stream. Alluvion is defined as accretions formed successfully and imperceptibly, implying an imperceptible process caused by the water itself. Avulsion is the carrying away by a stream by certain eruption of tract of land. Number 20. What is a plat of survey used for describing land boundaries? A legal document that transfers ownership. B, a reference document showing the location, courses, lengths, and monuments of the boundary lines. C, the official record that creates a government subdivision. Or D, a document to show the approximate acreage of surrounding land. Answer: B, a reference document showing the location, courses, lengths, and monuments of the boundary lines. This concludes part 3 of the legal aspects of Louisiana quiz. And remember that you are the
Surveyor in training!